celestial ones, let's paint a picture. You walk into a room not with arrogance, but with an unshakable calmness, a presence that commands attention without uttering a single word. People notice, their glances dart in your direction, but the moment you try to meet their eyes, they turn away. You've felt it, haven't you? The uneasy shuffles, the forced smiles, the subtle avoidance. Why can't they look you in the eye? Is it fear? Is it awe? Or is it something deeper? Let me share a story. There was a young man, a quiet force of nature. He lived humbly yet carried an aura so intense it unsettled people. One day, while volunteering at a shelter, a woman whispered, "Your eyes, they're too much, like they see right through me." That's when he realized his presence wasn't ordinary. It was divine. Today, we're unraveling the mystery of why people struggle to look chosen ones like you in the eye. Stay tuned, because this will unlock truths about your spiritual essence and divine purpose. And if you're new here, Celestial One, welcome to our community. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because your journey of self-discovery and impact begins here. Why people can't look you in the eye. One, your eyes reflect truth. The eyes have long been romanticized as windows to the soul. But for chosen ones, they are so much more. They are portals to divine truths, mirrors reflecting the essence of those who dare to look into them. When people meet your gaze, it's not just your eyes they see. It's themselves. Your eyes carry the weight of insight, the kind of wisdom that strips away pretense and reveals raw, unfiltered truths. For many, this reflection is unsettling. It's not you they're avoiding. It's the mirror your eyes hold up to their insecurities and unhealed wounds. Consider the story of Peter and Jesus. After Peter denied knowing him 3 times, Jesus didn't need words to convey his message. He simply looked at Peter. That look was enough to break Peter's heart wide open, causing him to weep bitterly. Luke 22:61-62. Why? Because in that moment, Jesus' gaze was more than a glance. It was a revelation of truth, love, and conviction. Peter was forced to confront his failure, but also the boundless grace of God. Chosen ones, your eyes have that same power. They carry an energy that resonates at a higher frequency. When others look at you, they might feel seen in ways they never expected. This can be uncomfortable for those who are not ready to face their inner truths. Your presence serves as a catalyst, awakening people to their own potential or highlighting areas they need to heal. This is not a burden, it's a calling. Yet society may tell you to dim your light, to look away, to make others more comfortable. But hear this, your truth is a gift. You are not here to blend into the shadows. You are here to illuminate the darkness. Each time someone encounters your gaze, they are given an opportunity to grow. Celestial One, do not apologize for the light in your eyes. It is divine, it is powerful, and it is needed. Let your gaze remain steady, your light unwavering, and your truth unapologetic. In doing so, you fulfill your purpose, not just for yourself, but for everyone brave enough to truly see, too. They sense your spiritual authority. People may not understand it, but they feel it. Your presence carries an undeniable authority, a silent yet powerful signal of your divine alignment. This is not arrogance. It's humility rooted deeply in purpose. It's as if your very existence whispers, "I am connected to something greater than myself." When you walk into a room, the energy shifts. Conversations might pause, eyes subtly turn your way, and there's a collective awareness of something different. This isn't about how you dress or carry yourself. It's about the invisible force of your alignment with divine purpose. Your calm confidence and unshakable peace emanate a sense of assurance that others can't quite put into words. It's magnetic yet mysterious. The power of eye contact. Consider the story of the woman whose coworkers avoided her gaze during meetings. Her directness wasn't intimidating because of hostility, but because it carried truth. They later admitted that her gaze made them feel exposed, as though she could see beyond their words and into their intentions. That's spiritual authority at work. Your alignment with divine purpose doesn't just affect you, it reveals the hearts of those around you. It's as if your presence holds up a mirror, showing others their authenticity or lack thereof. What creates this authority? This silent power stems from living in harmony with a higher calling. It's not about thinking you're better than anyone else. Instead, it's about recognizing that you are part of something greater and living in accordance with that truth. People feel this when they encounter you. It challenges their complacency and invites them to rise higher, often without a single word being spoken. Humility anchored in purpose. True humility isn't thinking less of yourself. It's thinking of yourself less. When you're aligned with divine purpose, you stop striving for validation or recognition. Instead, you radiate a quiet assurance that inspires others to seek the same connection. This is why your presence is so impactful. It calls others to examine their own lives. Whether they understand it or not, they sense the authority of someone walking in step with the divine. 3. Your energy is overwhelming. Have you ever walked into a room and noticed the subtle shift in energy? Conversations falter, eyes dart nervously, or some people become uncharacteristically restless. It's not because you said or did anything wrong. It's your energy, a magnetic, almost otherworldly intensity that demands attention even when you're silent. For those vibrating at lower frequencies of fear, jealousy, or insecurity, your presence can feel overwhelming. It's like standing too close to a roaring fire. It both captivates and intimidates, leaving them unsure whether to move closer or retreat to the safety of the shadows. This phenomenon isn't limited to humans. Animals, with their acute sensitivity to energy, often react in fascinating ways around you. Ever notice how a dog either adores you on sight or seems unusually cautious? Or how a cat might curl up in your lap as though drawn to your warmth, while another might keep its distance. These behaviors aren't random. Your energy resonates with a frequency that some creatures perceive as protective and comforting, while others see it as a force too powerful to comprehend. But here's the thing. This intensity isn't something to apologize for. It's a mark of your unique spiritual power. Your energy is like a beacon, calling to those ready to rise above their lower vibrations and pushing away those who aren't prepared for such transformation. You're a natural catalyst for change, forcing people to confront their inner truths whether they're ready or not. So when people fidget, avoid eye contact, or keep their distance, don't take it personally. Recognize it as your superpower revealing itself. Your presence alone can challenge the status quo, stirring the waters of complacency and sparking growth in others. Instead of dimming your light to make others comfortable, embrace it. Stand tall in your energy. Knowing it's a gift, the right people, those who are aligned with your vibration, will be drawn to you naturally. They'll appreciate your authenticity, strength, and the fire you bring to the world. And those who can't handle it, they'll step aside, leaving you free to blaze your trail. Remember, Celestial One, you're not meant to blend in. You're meant to burn brightly, to ignite transformation, and to inspire courage in others. Keep shining. 4. They're intimidated by your confidence. Confidence isn't about how loud you are. It's about how grounded you feel in your identity. True confidence is silent yet commanding, like the stillness of a mountain. It doesn't need to roar to make its presence known. You're chosen. This assurance becomes a natural part of your aura. You don't walk into a room seeking validation or approval. You simply are. And that simple act of being unapologetically can be both inspiring and unsettling for others. Take this story as an example. A man once admitted when you walked in, "I felt smaller and you didn't even say a word." What makes someone feel this way? It's not arrogance or intentional intimidation. It's the undeniable energy of self-assurance. This kind of confidence doesn't compare itself to others. It doesn't need to. Instead, it radiates a quiet strength that others can't help but notice. For people who lean on external validation to feel whole, encountering this kind of presence can be uncomfortable. They're used to a world where worth is proven by titles, possessions, or the loudness of one's voice. But you, as someone chosen, redefine their perspective. You remind them that true power comes from within, not from the applause of others. Let's clarify a crucial point. Confidence is not dominance. It's not about overpowering anyone else. It's about understanding your intrinsic worth and owning it without needing to diminish others. Think of a tree standing tall in a storm. It doesn't scream for attention. It simply stands firm, rooted in its essence. That's what makes you unshakable. And here's the beauty of it. Your quiet confidence doesn't just challenge others. It also inspires them. When they see you walking through life with assurance, they're forced to reflect on their insecurities. Some may react with envy or resentment. but others may be inspired to find their own inner strength. So keep shining. Your light isn't meant to dim for anyone's comfort. Let it remind the world that the loudest presence isn't always the most impactful. Sometimes it's the one that simply exists with grace, power, and purpose. 5. You awaken something dormant. Your presence has a unique power that goes far beyond mere interaction. It awakens something dormant in others. When you walk into a room, it's as if an invisible energy shifts, compelling people to examine parts of themselves they may have buried or ignored. Some find this deeply inspiring, while others may feel unsettled or even defensive. Why? Because your energy doesn't just coexist. It provokes. It stirs hidden dreams, ambitions, and even spiritual yearnings that may have lain dormant for years. Your eyes are particularly powerful in this process. They act like mirrors, reflecting not only your truth, but also the truths that others have tried to suppress. Imagine a person who once dreamed of painting masterpieces, but abandoned their brushes for a practical career. In your gaze, they might suddenly see the shadow of their forgotten ambition, and that can be both exhilarating and unnerving. You remind them of what they've neglected, and whether they're ready or not, they're forced to confront it. Take, for example, a teacher whose students avoided her gaze during life lessons. When she asked why, they confessed, "It feels like you're speaking directly to our souls." That's the kind of transformative presence you carry. You don't just share knowledge. You ignite self-awareness. You're not merely living your truth. You're awakening theirs. This is why some people may feel a magnetic pull toward you, yearning for your energy, while others might retreat, overwhelmed by the inner confrontation you provoke. This ability is rare and deeply spiritual. It stems from authenticity and a connection to something greater. Call it divine energy, higher consciousness, or simply truth. Your presence is a catalyst. It's not just about being yourself. It's about being so unapologetically yourself that it shakes the foundations of others' carefully constructed facades. To carry this gift is both a blessing and a responsibility. You're not here just to inspire admiration, but to awaken purpose. While some may resist, remember that even the unsettled are experiencing growth. Seeds of change are planted in their discomfort, and in time, those seeds may blossom into something beautiful. So continue to live boldly, authentically, and spiritually aware. Your presence is a gift to the world, whether people realize it immediately or not. 6. They fear judgment, even when there is none. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to avoid you, even when you've done nothing wrong? It's a puzzling experience, but often, their avoidance isn't about you. It's about their guilt. Even though you're not judging them, they may project their fears and insecurities onto you. Your purity, authenticity, and unwavering commitment to living in truth can unintentionally become a mirror reflecting their shortcomings. This reflection can make them feel unworthy, exposed, or uncomfortable. Consider the story of Moses. When he descended from Mount Sinai, his face radiated with God's glory, so much so that the Israelites couldn't bear to look at him directly. Exodus 34:29-35. It wasn't just a physical brightness, it was a spiritual glow, a visible manifestation of his encounter with the divine. The Israelites' reaction wasn't rooted in hatred for Moses, but in their own sense of inadequacy. His radiance reminded them of their failure to live up to the divine standards they had agreed to. Your light, while not as literal as Moses, carries a similar spiritual weight. It's an aura of authenticity and divine alignment that others can sense, even if they can't articulate it. This light isn't meant to condemn, it's meant to inspire. Yet, for those who are grappling with guilt, shame, or unresolved issues, your presence might feel overwhelming. They might retreat, not because they dislike you, but because they're not ready to confront their inner struggles. This dynamic is not your burden to carry. You're not here to diminish your light to make others comfortable. You're here to shine. Let your life be a beacon of hope and inspiration. Remember, even Moses had to cover his face at times, not because he dimmed his light, but because he knew timing and grace were key to leading others effectively. The next time someone avoids you, don't take it personally. Instead, pray for them, extend compassion, and stay grounded in your purpose. Your role isn't to chase acceptance, but to remain steadfast in your authenticity. Some may eventually step into the light, inspired by your unwavering example. In a world craving authenticity, your light is a gift. Keep shining and trust that the right people will recognize its beauty. 7. Your mission sets you apart. Chosen ones often navigate a road less traveled, one marked by a higher calling and divine alignment. This journey is not for the faint-hearted, and it's no surprise that others struggle to understand it. When you walk with clear vision and an unwavering drive, you inevitably stand out. Your goals, rooted in divine purpose, can illuminate a contrast that some find uncomfortable, a mirror reflecting where they are versus where they could be. Your very presence becomes a reminder of what is possible but not yet attained in their lives. This isn't about being better or holier. It's about being set apart for a mission. Eye contact, for example, becomes more than a glance. It carries an intensity, a silent conversation that says, "I see beyond the surface," for those not aligned with their purpose. It can feel like an unspoken challenge, a nudge towards self-awareness they may not be ready for. But let's be clear, being chosen doesn't mean superiority. It means responsibility. Your vision isn't about putting others down. It's about lifting them up. Divine energy within you isn't meant to intimidate, but to inspire. However, inspiration isn't always welcome. Some may react with envy, misunderstanding, or even hostility because your progress highlights their stagnation. It's essential to remain grounded and remember why you're on this path. You are here to serve, not to seek validation or approval. Your drive, determination, and alignment are tools to fulfill a higher purpose, not trophies to flaunt. So, when others don't understand or even reject you, don't take it personally. Instead, see it as part of your journey. Their discomfort isn't about you, it's about what your light reveals. Continue to walk in your purpose with humility and grace, understanding that your role is to plant seeds, not to force growth. The chosen path is often lonely, but it's also deeply fulfilling. Each step you take is a testament to your alignment with the divine and your commitment to service. Keep walking, knowing that your journey may not be understood by everyone, but it's guided by a purpose greater than yourself. Celestial ones, your presence isn't just noticed, it's felt. The unease, the avoidance, and even the fear people display are reflections of your spiritual power. You're a mirror, a beacon, a catalyst. But here's the key. Your role isn't to make people comfortable. It's to shine so brightly that they're inspired to seek their own light. If this resonated with you, don't keep it to yourself. Like, share, and subscribe to join this incredible community of celestial beings. Together, let's embrace our chosen roles and make an impact that lasts for generations. Having said this,